Yep. Yep. It'll be
Awesome.
on.
Oh, it's
Yep,
all belligerent. Good, cool.
yeah.
I didn't get it out to people. I was like,
No, and it'll be on Facebook Live too, so don't worry about it. So
oh, perfect.
yeah,
Yay.
I just need to turn down Facebook so that it doesn't, you know. Let's give me a second. There we go. So, get back on Zoom, and then we'll go from there. So, you all set?
Yes.
Okay. Go. Okay, and welcome to another episode of Amazing Individuals, where we talk to individuals with intellectual disabilities and people that support them. On today's episode, I will be talking to Amy Foster. She's a Special Olympic athlete from Illinois, and just last week she completed the first two athlete leadership modules that Illinois has to offer. Hi, Amy. Thank you so much for coming on our show today.
Thank you for having me, Lisa and Kurt.
Well, unfortunately, Kurt couldn't make it because he has a physical therapy appointment, but you'll meet him, hopefully at one of our events. So, now, could you actually, before we get again, could you please tell our listeners where in Illinois you are from?
Well, okay, so I live in a town called Edwardsville, which is really close to St. Louis, Missouri. So if you know where St. Louis, Missouri is, with that big arch, I live about 45 minutes away from that.
Ah, okay, yeah. My cousin lives in O'Fallon, so and then my other cousin's son goes to I forget what the college is called, but he's going it's someplace in Missouri. He goes for physical therapy, so he's going to become a physical therapist. So
That's cool.
Very yeah, cool. So
in my neck of the woods.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah. How did you get involved with Special Olympics, and what sports do you compete in?
Well, I've been involved in Special Olympics since I was much younger. So I've gotten the privilege of doing Illinois Special Olympics and Missouri Special Olympics. And why did that happen? So when I went to high school, my high school was over in Missouri, and they had active Special Olympics. What sports do I compete in currently?
Yeah,
I do two. Currently, I'm compete in rhythmic gymnastics, and I do bowling, which is just that practice is just about to start really soon here. It's always nice to kind of like.
And I understand. Yeah, I mean, I didn't. I'm glad that we're, like our team, that we're back to practicing, in person. Like over the weekend, I was so happy to practice tennis and see my friends, and and also do bocce and flag football. So it's when you don't have that, it's nice to come back. So
yeah, it's been, for me, it's been very weird. There's friends that only see doing Special Olympics activities or being a part of that friendship. It's like, it's been really weird. This virtual stuff is okay, but it's not the same. To be together, I'm just hoping for summer games next year. Bloomington is gonna be heard.
Right. No, I agree. Virtual is one thing, but seeing everybody in person, that's and like you said before, there's some times where there's some people that you only get to see, at different events. I mean, Kurt and I are the same way. There's some people that we only get to see at different competitions because maybe they live too far or something like that. So So, that's like you said, that's one thing we are really looking forward to is, seeing our friends again and, just like living our lives again, and getting out there. So, so, what are some of your favorite things you like to do outside of the Special Olympics?
Oh, okay. Well, I have lived independently for quite a while. So taking care of my apartment is, I guess, one thing I like to do outside special, and I really enjoy seeing my boyfriend.
I understand that. Yeah, I understand that. What is your, I guess, out of all your hobbies, or what you like doing? What is your favorite to do?
Oh, my favorite hobby. Um, I, I can you can't really see it. Can you see that little thing that's over my corner?
Yeah, yeah.
It's over there. I really like to paint. So when we painted during virtual, that was what I was looking forward to the whole time, was paint. I was like, yeah, I love to paint. I don't get to do it very often, um, but I love to paint. And
Oh, that's cool.
I've even gotten some doggies to paint too. So that
Oh, that's cool.
so
I wish I knew how to paint better, but I don't. But my someday I hope to learn a little bit. My painting is constricted to confined to painting by numbers. so, so, but um,
no,
anyway,
I like kind of
last
what we
but
did, like where we followed along with her. That's the kind of painting I kind of really like, where you follow along with somebody and they kind of help guide you. So yeah, that one was done for a class in college.
okay, that's good. That's good. So, anyway, last week you just completed the first two athlete leadership modules that we offer. Um, First, what did you like about those? And also, secondly, what are you looking forward to doing as an athlete leader?
Oh well, it was really nice to get to know some of the current athlete leaders like yourself and your husband, um and it was nice to have, the ones of us who are learning.
Mhm.
um what I'm looking forward to doing the most is, I have a goal. I want to get that jacket, so I'm gonna be every chance I can get to present. I'm gonna be like asking a couple of unique questions, because I think in these times we've got to be creative. I'm gonna be like, okay, does this count? Does this
Right.
count? I trust me, I can't wait. I can't wait. So I will tell you, Tony Hill, who lives down here, who's a global messenger,
Hmm.
basically was like, come present with me. I was like, I'm not on the agenda, but yeah, come. I was like, okay. So, and he's so much fun. And I'm like going, and that's one person specifically. It's like, I only see him at Special Olympics activities. I don't have his phone number, don't have a good email. I'm like going. So when she said challenges, I was like, yeah, getting a hold of Tony, I'm gonna be really creative. I'm gonna have to be like,
Yeah,
but
Tony's a real cool guy. So, and
yeah,
he was in and actually he was in the first class for global messaging. So, he can teach you a lot, and and things. So,
I
yeah,
already
but
know he
he's
has a jacket, so I'm like, okay, we're I'm like, let's get me a jacket. I'm ready. I'm
oh yeah. Yeah, and
Unfortunately,
like we said, you only have to do four. So, and but the most important thing is to always just, if it's either if it's something Karen gives you or if it's something that you reach out to somebody, you just have to just make sure to let her know, because that's sometimes the hardest part is people give speeches and things, but then they forget to do to do the afterwork by telling you. Like, for example, my husband and I are got asked to speak to the, and we do it every year, but we got asked that to speak, excuse me, to the Northwestern women's volleyball team on Wednesday. So I made sure to let Karen know, and and then I will follow up with her, afterwards to let her know how it goes. So, but that's the only way she can kind of keep track too of how many you did. So like you said, your goal is to get the Blazers. So yeah, that's the way to do it. So
and that's one, I guess, one benefit that that I have is I have a lot more flexibility in my schedule, and I have a car, so I might be able to go more places than the typical athlete leader might be able to go. So I'm really hoping that those four are not as challenging as I think they are.
no, no, like you said, you have the flexibility, over your schedule, and then you also have a car, so that kind of helps too, so that you can, you're not just kind of stuck just being around your, certain places. So, I mean, yeah, we don't, I mean, I drive, but we don't have a car right now, but we use Uber and Lyft a lot. So, that gives us more of a flexibility too of, going to different events. So, which is a nice thing. Um, so why is Special Olympics important to you?
I, I think for me, Special Olympics has always felt like a bunch. I'm pretty much friends with almost everybody on my team, and I'm super friendly. So it's like hanging out with friends. And now, since I have learned so much more that some of my friends haven't had as many opportunities as I've had, I've done a lot of advocacy just on different issues, on making things better for all of us, not just myself. And I think that's, and just to be able to speak about how awesome it is. I mean, it's really, I mean, it's the one place that I'm not made fun of. I'm not teased. I'm I'm a
Oh, I
little
agree.
tiny bit
No.
older than most of the people I compete with,
Hmm.
and they accept the fact that I tell them I've been telling them for the last couple of years. I said, "Oh, I'm one digit," and they just don't question it. It's like, okay, Amy, you're okay, yeah. I'm like going. For me, it's a mindset to get over the fact that I am the age I am, but and just to be able to have fun. And so I'm really excited about this. I also have a couple other global messengers that I think are going to be really helpful. I know Erin Compton and Diane Compton, they were really cheering me on as well. So I'm really excited.
Oh, that's good. Can you tell our listeners a little bit more about a little bit more about how you were, a little bit of your advocacy work, like what a couple of things that you maybe advocated for?
Well, I guess one of the biggest things that I've been advocating for pretty vocally is ending sub minimum wage. I just believe everybody should be paid by the hour.
Hmm.
The only other thing that I'll say is interesting is something that most people wouldn't know in the Special Olympics world is I'm a wellness recovery action plan facilitator and educator. So facilitator just means you lead the classes, and educator means you teach the facilitators how to lead those classes.
Mm-hmm.
And the second thing is I'm a certified recovery support specialist. Um, and I'm the first one that they know of to come out of the intellectual and developmental disability world to get those credentials. So I've been using a lot of those experiences, and bringing those Special Olympics to that side of the world. And it's amazing how I just see disability as we're all disabled. And I'm just really excited about all kinds of things.
Right, and I'm glad to hear that you're an advocate like that. That's why kind of what I like to do is advocate for us. Is I kind of see it as, like you said, we might have disabilities, but I see it more as as long as we have the right support around us, we can do whatever we set our mind to. I mean, if we wanted to own our own company, we could. Whatever you want to do. So, it always makes my heart feel better when I hear somebody else that does, you know, feels the same way I do. So, how did you get involved in that?
Oh, wow. Well, it took a lot of work. It's pretty much very similar to what we're going through with the Special Olympics athlete leader training. First, I'll just talk specifically the Wellness Recovery Action Plan because that'll be the easiest.
Mm-hmm.
First, I had to have my own, which I do, and it's here somewhere. I won't find it now that I'm looking for it. And it's my plan for life. It's goals that I have, and I'm constantly, for me, I always have something I'm working on. And I guess it's been a journey for me. I said I was interested way a long time ago. COVID hit, world didn't happen. I accidentally ended up on a training with Karen, and I said it was discussing the principles of things, the key principles of things. I was like, yes, I need to be, and I don't know why I wasn't on her email list then, but ever since then, she's like, yeah, I'm putting you on my email list. I was like, good, because this is something I've wanted to do for a while. Recently found out that my lead coach did not forward the emails last year. I was like, I could have been doing this for a whole year at home. But no, I think timing's everything. So I have my own RAP plan, and then there's a lead coordinator that oversees RAP, Wellness Recovery Action Plan, in the state. You send her your information, and there's only so many people that get picked. It's more selective, but that's okay. I got picked to, and I just love, absolutely love that I can combine these two worlds, because I've been really, in my mind, I've been teaching like statewide level employees. Wait, people with developmental disabilities have these issues too. We need to commingle these two groups together. And that's one of the other big things I've been doing advocacy wise. I said, if we could just link together, so much would just change. the world would be so much better. I'm working on it. It's getting better every day. I think, like I said in the training, I may have said this, I may not have. I've been on the statewide advocacy group. It's a governor appointed board, and one of the biggest things is that it's that particular group is now on as part of the statewide independent living plan that the people who oversee RAP. I'm like, finally, so it's coming. It just, it always takes time to have a lot of hard work. And it wasn't just Amy, it was Amy and a lot of other people saying the same thing. And I've really, especially since I guess this last year when we've had to be more doing things like this, more virtual things, how things are really kind of going in together. People are really coming together to support each other and finding how we can just do it very easily without a whole lot of problems.
Right, and that's a great thing for. It sounds like it's a great program. I mean, I know there's a lot of stuff that we've accomplished, but there's still a lot more we need to. For example, I'm trying to get people notice that with COVID, I mean, there's really not that much talk of people, how it affects people like us, in our community. It basically, they talk about people with high risk medical conditions and seniors, but they really don't talk any about, our community. So that's one of my places where I'm trying to get advocacy. I'm just in the middle of kind of writing up a presentation for before I go out there, just to make sure I know how to deal with it. But that's good that you're part of that, and I'm glad that Diane and Aaron. They're really nice people. So
I know for down here in this local area, there's a group called the Self Advocacy Alliance,
mm-hmm.
and they're like the umbrella for all these advocacy groups. I know they've done a pretty good job of doing what you said you would like to see more of. I'll message you their info, and maybe you can contact her for some things that you could spread on up to Chicago, because I know for a fact you live up that way and I live down there, and it's like you would think the world's very similar, but it's very, 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 it's a little different.
Oh yes, most definitely, and not just like just in Illinois, but in all over the place. I mean, my parents live in Ohio, and it's the same thing. And my mom says that she doesn't see that much either. So, so it's all over the place. So, but that would be great if you could message me that information. If you could give any advice to people on how to interact with people like ourselves with intellectual disabilities, what would it be?
Oh, wow. This is the one I've done a lot of thinking about, but I'm going to go by my good standby answer for this question. Treat me the way you would want to be treated. You want to be called Lisa? I want to be called Amy. Just treat me with kindness, and ask me, because trust me, I have an answer for the question. And just, even if you like work for somebody with disability, a little extra kindness doesn't hurt. If you see them having a bad day, I'm guilty of it. Even after COVID, I'm still guilty of it. I saw somebody the other day and I gave him a side hug because I haven't seen him in over a year. I was like going, okay, We can do side hug. We're both not breathing the same.
Right, right.
You know,
Well,
it's
it's
like
hard, Yeah, it's hard
it's
because
like
if
I think
yeah,
it's all in being creative and finding ways to at least show you care. You might
right,
have to say no, but at least say, hey, I hate the fact that I have to, but you know, maybe explain in very simple language, why you have to say no if you have to say no. But really, I like the golden rule: treat me the way you want to be treated. You want a high five? Okay, I'll high five. You want a fist bump? Okay, I know what those are.
right,
Um,
right, right.
you know,
And I feel the same way, Amy. So, it's like I kind of feel like, if you need, like, if you're not sure, if I understand something, or if you're not sure, if I'd like a certain thing, or if I'd be able to do a certain thing, instead of assuming, oh, okay, I can't, just ask me, and I'll either say, yes, I can do it, or no, I don't understand, or no, I can't. But, and again, like your thing with kindness, you know, it doesn't, kindness doesn't hurt, it doesn't hurt anything, and kindness can go a long way. So, I think if there was more kindness in the world, we'd have maybe not, you know, any problems, but we'd have a little bit less problems. So,
yeah, I think that's why I like Special Olympics so much, is because state games is always so positive. It's like my I come back on like cloud nine and people go, what? Where were you? I was like, I said, I can't describe state games. I mean, I can't. It's like indescribable to some people. It was really cool for the 50th anniversary. The reason why I got that picture of the van
mhm.
is because I was the one walking in to the stadium with
Oh,
everybody,
that's cool. Oh,
with
that's
with our
cool.
team flag. And so here I'm high fiving all these police officers. And I truly have an understanding of what they do and how they put their lives on the line for us and how they're helpful to us. And here I'm high fiving them. And then I come back home and I'm like, I go, why weren't you there? Because I looked for the police officers I know
Right.
who were in, who, well, I didn't live in Edwardsville at the time, but lived, that worked in my community. I was like, we would have been there. I said, you guys gotta get involved with this. And so one of the police officers said, okay, only if you run it with us. I was like, nope, can't run yet. I was like, not yet. I used to do track and field when I was younger. I said, I haven't ran since
Right. No, yeah, like you said,
I
like the
was
50th is, yeah, the 50th is like probably, yeah, I mean, that was a great opportunity. And with a law enforcement torture, that's actually Kirk's favorite thing to do, right? When we go to state games, that's like he likes to do. That's why, like, we host the super plunge up here in Evanston, and also we do one of the plunges, and he actually does it. And he always looks forward to like every Friday. And when the super plunge starts, we always go over and talk. And we have a friend that's on the Skokie Police Department, and he'll introduce him to all the people that he knows that are there. And both of us are active in our local police department up here in Evanston, but he's volunteered for 30 years, and he just got recognized last year for that. So, but again, it's like, I feel like it's also we're also a family too. I mean, like you had mentioned before about bullying, it's like, it's one of the only organizations that you feel like you're safe, and you know that you won't get bullied, you know?
yeah.
So, so
I
that
really,
helps.
yeah, I really, I can't. The opportunities that I've gotten through Special Olympics in both states have been just priceless, and it's just a nice. The only thing that I haven't gotten to do is go to World Games And I think if I would have stayed in one state and then Special Olympics in one state, I probably would have been World Games. And I'm really excited. I'm hoping to air some of it, uh, specifically the rhythmic gymnastics. And but really excited just to see, you know, um, people coming back and really just trying to, I can't wait to see, because I know I'll know somebody who've gotten to go.
Right. Right. Yeah, and like I said, Kurt and I are going next year, but we're not going to compete. We're going to we were gonna volunteer, but then we were able, because of our podcast, we were able to get press passes, so we will be able to interview a lot of the athletes and stuff. So we're looking forward to that as well. So, and now hopefully with you being an athlete leader, it'll open up more opportunities, like you said, for you. So
That's always what I'm looking forward to. I'm always looking forward to new opportunities and new experiences.
Oh, that's cool. So, well, thank you so much for joining us today. We really,
No problem.
yeah, we really enjoyed talking to you. Um, that wraps up another episode of Amazing Individuals. I hope you enjoyed our conversation with Special Olympian athlete leader Amy Foster. Before we end today, I would like to remind everyone to make sure and get their COVID vaccines if you have not already done so. You are not just doing it for yourself, but you are doing it for the whole world. And remember that everyone with intellectual disabilities can accomplish whatever they want with the right support. Well, thank you, Amy. I really appreciate it. So,
no problem. No
yeah,
problem.
yeah.
I look forward to seeing you definitely in November.
November. Yeah, yeah. That's actually going to be a busy time for myself and Kurt because because we have to. We're doing that weekend, and then that Friday, the following Friday, we leave to go to Disney World for for 5 days. So it's, yeah.
Oh, so Disney World Games is this year, correct?
No, World Games is next. No, so USA Games is next year, but we're just going for vacation. So yeah, we go every year. So we just couldn't go last year because of the pandemic. Yeah, ever since, we've been married for 12 years, and last year was the first year we haven't gone. So because that's where we went for our honeymoon. So
enjoy it.
yeah, so that'll be a busy time for us, but we're looking forward to it. So
I'm looking. It's like part of me is looking forward to it. I mean, part of me is going, okay, world, do not shut down. Nothing else happened.
Right. Well, I think that what the issue is, and that's why I think that they're not really trying to shut down, is because of the fact that they said the majority, if not all, the cases now, are the ones that the people that are not that aren't getting the vaccine. So
this is the only thing that I'll say to you. A friend of mine works at a local disability agency, and she said the guardians told them, heck no.
Really?
That their child could not get the vaccine. They didn't want their child to be a guinea pig. They didn't know how it was going to interfere with their medications.
Wow.
I'm telling you that's.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my sister-in-law.
From recollection as I can. It's like.
Oh no. I completely understand.
I wanted it.
Oh, so did I.
Because my real job, I work as a personal assistant for doors.
Okay.
And so for my friend who's blind.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, so it's like, And it's like, so it's like, I was like, yes, I want it, put me at the top of the list. And then a friend of mine ended up getting, she said, I don't know why I didn't get before you. And I'm like going, what did I do wrong? I did this. I did the survey again because I was like, I need this vaccine. I want quickly. I want to get, because I want some type of something immunity.
Right. And it's a way of getting back to normal too.
Oh
It's
yeah, I'm ready because it's still not for just in general. It's still not back up to what we'd normally be doing.
Right. No, I agree. I definitely agree. So I think
I
that
mean, it's like, and with me living so close to St. Louis and St. Louis kind of having more problems, it's like, oh, I'm like, please, I'm like going, so it's like I've limited myself to like very few people.
right. No, I get
His
it.
mom, because he lives at home with mom,
Mm-hmm.
my client, and then two other people. I'm like going, okay, there's my 5 safe people. Them around. Otherwise, I'm by myself like this. I'm
Right.
like, I try really
Right.
hard to like. I'm naturally standing away from most people 6 feet. There's
Mm-hmm.
very few people. It's like, okay, I'll let you into that bubble, and it's like, oh, okay. I've kept my people down to 5. I know where those 5 people been. So it's like I feel safe going, these are my 5, and
Right. I get it. So I do get it. So
oh awesome. I can't wait to see the I saw somebody message me during, I was like oh no. I didn't want to touch anything because we've gone from camera, but no, it was great being with you. I'm sorry Kurt missed, but tell him I said hey, and it was a pleasure meeting you guys. I know it's gonna be insane, but I actually know where Evanston is because my sister lived in Chicago for quite a long time. So secretively between me and you, I'm like, that's why I keep kind of going, tell me the timeline, because I'm like, I want enough time to leave the hotel, stop at Giovanni's, it's right next to the train station, walk in, go get the frozen pizzas, get on the train, come home.
Oh, I understand that.
Because there is no deep dish pizza down here. I'm like going, people have tried. There's been some attempts. I'll say, no, I'm like going, no, sorry. I need to get the real stuff. And I only got, and it was like a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Through the Silk, I went to a conference for Silk, and I left out of Chicago. And I told the lead lady, I said, if there's an opportunity on the way back for me to get Chicago deep dish pizza, I will love you. She's like, what? I was like, you don't understand. Once you've had the real stuff, invitations don't.
Oh, exactly. No, I agree. So yeah. So
well, you have a great day. What do you have planned for your day after this?
I have a meeting with the Athlete Leadership Council about 4, and then other than that,
you wanted me to be on with that, but I don't know yet.
And Amy, if you want, I mean, there's always going to be an opportunity for you to be on there. So I mean, it's up to you. So
all these forms right now, it's not all Special Olympics, just team related. My lead person is sending me a lot through emails. Like, this is why you didn't have my email, because I have no way to print them, no way to sign them, no way to return them back to you. And I'm like,
right.
So I'm like going, no. I appreciate the communication. I think it's great that we're going to a simpler form, is what it seems like. But I'm gonna wait and see what my day looks like. I will have to see. when I get finally finished with work because I'm sorry, paycheck's kind of important. So it'll depend upon how soon I get done with work. I took my lunch breaks to do this. So I was like,
No, I understand. No, I
so
understand.
like
So
it's more so of like just seeing how I feel after work. That's will be the depending. Really, I love y'all. Don't get me wrong, I love y'all, but it's like God, you know, priorities have to come first. And
right, and that's
uh,
understandable. So
but
yeah,
I
that's
will
understandable.
definitely get an email for you. I'm gonna see if I can't get you just a person's email rather than just our generic email.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
that's fine.
and let I'll somehow get that to you.
Okay,
Uh,
that's fine.
I know I have your email.
Yeah, and yeah, whenever you can, no rush, Amy. So
Okay,
um,
tell me your email real quick.
so it's I'll give you my first one. It's L. It's all lowercase, so it's L, and then N is in Nancy, O B is in boy, LE 4653 at Gmail.
4653 Gmail.
Yep.
Okay. Um
So
yeah, let me just it's been a pretty busy day for the Alliance as well. I know this because they had a webinar this morning,
mhm.
all morning. So let me get back to you. It might be next week, but I'll get this to you pretty quickly. I'm usually
It's
pretty
fine.
quick. Like uh that's one of the good things that I'm kind of good at is it's hard to describe. Like I've linked people with other people. It's like, Coco, you're so good at this. I'm like going, well,
Mhm.
but definitely I will definitely get on this.
Okay, I appreciate it, Amy, and no rush, so whenever. So, but
Okay.
again, thank you for joining me today on my podcast, and I look forward to meeting you in person
Yeah,
in
and we used
November,
to,
if not, yeah, if in person, if not sooner. So,
oh yes, I really I don't see myself getting to Chicago any sooner than that.
mhm.
But equally, if you come down this way to see your cousin or anything in O'Fallon, you can always give me a buzz saying, "Yeah, I'm in your neck of the woods." But I also but like I said, I will be in touch.
Okay,
Sure.
then I appreciate that. So, oh,
Thank you. Have a
thank
great
you. Have a
day.
nice day. You too.
Bye.